My name is Ron Casanova. I'm from the Lower East Side, but my parents are from Puerto Rico. I never did grow up with a family, so I was always in the streets. I've been homeless pretty much all my life. I first started experienced homelessness. I was about 9 years old, though. I was living in Central Park in Harlem, 110th Street. I was living in the park. Then I got introduced to drugs, and I ended up in Thompson Square, where I ended up homeless pretty much for a good 20 years or more. I wrote my book. It's called Each One Teach One, Memoirs of a Street Activist. It's my life story from, oh man, from as far back as I can remember. I say from about 9 years old to about 42, something like that. I like to consider myself a political artist because most of the time I paint about issues. Sometimes because of commercial value and the need of money, I do other things. Like I did a series of 20 paintings of African women. They sold, I got 2 left. You know what I'm saying? They sold like that, but I needed the money, so I had to do something. But that also afforded me the opportunity to do some of my political paintings. Well, right now it's kind of slow because, you know, I have HIV, so my body don't react the way it used to. I usually went all over the country organizing against homelessness. I was a single individual on the Lower East Side in early 70s and all that kind of stuff, and nothing was being done or said about the single individual. So that was my battle, trying to get housing and food and clothes and stuff like that all over the country. Well, I was living at Housing Works in East New York, and you know, it's a small residential and outpatient facility. But it's not a place to live the rest of your life. It's a harm reduction facility. And at that time, I already had stopped doing heroin, you know, but I was smoking reefer. And if I would have stayed there too much longer, I might have went back to doing drugs. And somebody told me about services for the underserved. And, I didn't wait for HASA or anybody else to help me find a place. We found this place and we got it all hooked up and then took it to HASA and, you know, moved in. So that's about 8 years ago. Every stitch of clothes or coats that I wear, I have the AIDS ribbon on them. And I'm waiting for somebody to ask me about the ribbon, you know what I'm saying? Because I got so much to say about it. But I learned a long time ago, you really can't force the issue on people unless they want to hear it. How can I go around the country talking about my book and my life and all that kind of stuff and don't talk about the virus when I got the virus? So it's an important part of me.